Hey guys, Joshua with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be going over some tips and tricks that's going to help you catch a lot more bass on a Pop-R.
Big one?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I just felt a hook pull loose. Whew.
It's like a 4.
Yeah. That's a good one. Good solid at least 3. And there he is, guys. 368. Good. Caught it on the Pop-R. Just working it in just a pop, letting it set, pop, that kind of cadence. Nothing crazy, just a pop, let it set, pop, and I seen him come up and swirled right on it. One little thing that I will say on these poppers is I don't make them with that big loud bloop, bloop, bloop. I've never really had any luck with that. Some people may, I don't. I just work mine on a real soft, almost like a splash. This one is it's a KVD, Strike King KVD Splash, something Splash. I can't really remember the exact name of it, but it's a really good one. It works really well.
One color of that is real.
Yeah. Really any type of shad color works really well, but I think there's one that's called a clear minnow or something. Another thing that I will mention is the treble hooks have a lot to do with it. I've noticed just by playing around with some of them, if you replace them with an aftermarket, they seem like they walk a little bit better. I don't know if that has something to do with them, but I'll run them the owner stingers. They're really sharp. There's really only 2 retrieves that I do with a popper, and like I said, one of them is just a pop, let it set, a pop, and a lot of times you'll find out when you're fishing any topwater, really, is you'll find out how they want it. A lot of times you'll find out that they'll hit it when it's setting, so that'll let you know, okay, maybe you need to let it set just a little bit longer. The other retrieve is you can walk these baits, and they walk really good. But you basically just cast it out there, and you almost work it just like a spook. And it's just a tap, tap, tap. And all it's doing is it walking back and forth, just like this.
Most of the time we still let it pause.
Yeah.
So we don't actually do it.
But it's good to play around with different retrieves to see what you can come up with, because you let the fish tell you what they want.
That's another.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Another 3?
I'd say 2 1/4. He's peeing. He's losing weight. Another good one. I'm not going to. You can see his tail. It's almost the end of June right now, and you can see his tail still got a little blood on it. There he is, guys. 249. And what I was getting ready to say before that last fish, get that bait in there deep, okay? That's a really, really important thing is on Pop-Rs. Get it in there where they live, because this time of year when it's hot, they're in there deep. I mean, right now it's not hot. I mean, the water temperature's 72, but you've got to put it back in there. Let's talk really quick about the equipment that you're going to want to use for a Pop-R. One of the best rods that I have found ever, that I have ever used for topwater, is the Bass Pro Shops Carbon Light 2.0. This one is in the 6.6. It's in a medium fast. Works really good. It's a 1/4 to 5/8 ounce, 8 to 17 pound rated line, so it's perfect for top waters. I run 15 pound big game trilene. And like I said, the reel that I'm using, it's a 8-to-1 Tatula. As y'all know that watch the channel, big fan of Daiwas. But use that 8-to-1 to you know, get that line really quick reeled up. Works really good. Doesn't backlash a lot. You're able to skip it up under there. But as far as equipment goes, pretty simple. 6.6 rod for the Pop-Rs, 8-to-1 Tatula, 15 pound trilene big game, and you can go have yourself a really good day. Like I said, I like that shorter rod to make those easier. It's a lot easier to make those casts in those hard to get to places with that 6.6 rod, say over like a 7-foot or even bigger. Now if you're throwing like a spook out in open water, yeah, you'd want a longer rod, but for what I do here and trying to get it up under trees and in close to the bank, you want a shorter rod. When I make this cast, it's just a roll cast that I'm doing one-handed 90% of the time. It's just something I picked up. Everybody might be different, but I feel like that really low cast helps me get back in there underneath the trees, and you can get really accurate with it too. The more you practice, the more you do it. I don't tie any special knot for this. I just tie a simple Palomar knot. I know some people tie a loop knot. I never have. Not saying that you can't. I'm sure it would give it a little more action. Like I said, if you catch some on it, every fish, check your hooks, because I mean, some fish, I mean, even the smaller ones, you know, check and make sure they don't get them straightened out, because anything can happen. It's always a good idea to check your hooks. I feel like a lot of people make that mistake. I think that was a carp. A lot of people make that mistake with topwaters, is they don't replace the hooks, or they just let them sit in their box. You know, that's something that I try not to do, is I try not to put wet baits back in my boxes. So I keep everything in 3,700 boxes in the boat. And if I use something, I try to let it sit out and dry in the tray here. Just to, you know, you don't want to get any type of moisture in there, which will cause rust over time. So that's just a little tip